Good morning, Mr. President.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to Brussels.
Thank you very much.
EBID is a leading development financial institution in West Africa, and you are here for the Crans-Montana Forum. Can you tell us the relevance of forums like this for a major DFI like
Thank
EBID?
you very much. So, as you rightly indicated, the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development is a leading financial institution in West Africa, which is committed to addressing the infrastructure deficit within the ECOWAS region across all the priority sectors in terms of energy, in terms of technology, in terms of education, in terms of health. The bank, as you rightly indicated, has been at the forefront in the fight against poverty, against inefficiency, and we have actually lived up to expectation over the years. The bank, as we speak today, has financed numerous projects across all the economies of West Africa. In fact, if you go to any particular country, you will see visibly some of the infrastructure projects that the bank has undertaken. We have two windows, the private sector and the public sector. In terms of the private sector, we actually deal with organizations, companies within the ECOWAS member countries. And in terms of public sector, we also lend directly to governments.
Okay.
As we speak today, at the end of the financial year 2023, at the 31st December 2023, a total amount of about 4.1 billion have been committed to various projects across the ECOWAS member countries. Talking about the relevance of this forum to our bank, of course, it's a very relevant, apart from very, very relevant for the bank, not only in terms of visibility, but even in terms of getting to know the standards, best practices across the world. You see that things are evolving now, and therefore it is high time we also took advantage of collaborating with international partners to be able to actually be at the same level as some of these international institutions and firms. Now, coming to Brussels with my delegation is a big opportunity for the bank. You may be interested to know that today, during the closing session of this forum, we are going to sign an MOU with EU Chamber of Commerce, EU Africa Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
The idea is to be able to actually set up a framework within which funds can be raised to support infrastructure projects in the ECOWAS region.
Okay.
So our coming here has given us the opportunity to actually make new partners so far as our business is concerned. So two things I mentioned. One, we have to learn best practices. And at a forum like this, I think that a number of issues have been discussed, which we think that we inure to the benefit of our bank and, of course, the ECOWAS sub-region. In addition, also, it's an opportunity for actually to make, to meet new partners, share our ideas with them, and see how best we can also invite the international community to invest in the capital of the bank, especially at a time when the governors of the bank have formally opened up the bank's capital to non-regional members. And so we have had a lot of bilateral discussions. So not only for visibility, but also for bilateral discussions.
Okay. That's very, very interesting. About the international partners investing in the capital of the bank. Last year in October, you were here for the Rebranded Africa Forum, and it was at this forum that you made the declaration to the whole world that the Board of Governors had approved for the capital of the bank to be opened up to the rest of the world for non-regional members. That was about 7 months ago. Can you tell us the response from the international investors so far?
Thank you very much. But before then, let me digress a little. Let me speak to the issue of getting these non-regional members on board, the importance of it. It is important for the international investors or international community to look at West Africa, especially the ECOWAS Bank, for investment and development, to invest in this bank. Because remember that the West Africa has a total population of 402 billion.
402
million
Okay.
Population.
Okay.
And so you can see that the market is very huge. We have a huge market, a large market, and which we think that the international community can look at or can consider. Again, coming to actually invest in the capital of the bank will also afford the opportunity to investors to be able to actually have a strong partnership with the ECOWAS region.
Okay.
If you want to actually work or transact business, if you want to work with the 15 countries, okay, we believe that the ECOWAS Bank is a good platform for you to start from.
Okay.
Where you'll be able to reach out to the member countries of ECOWAS. So that is one advantage. And of course, as I said, large market exists also in West Africa.
Okay.
The propensity to invest, as I said Friday, is very high in Africa because of the infrastructure deficit that we have. Now, since my last visit to Brussels, remember, as we rightly said, 7 months ago, we have made significant strides in this area.
Okay.
We have actually engaged the government of Belgium, the Kingdom of Belgium here.
Okay.
And I had a meeting with the Foreign Ministry and the Minister of Finance, for which they are seriously considering our request for them to come on board as a non-regional member.
Okay.
Again, we have also had discussion with the government of Ireland.
Okay.
That has really progressed, and we are still on it. And it also interests you to know that we have also had the discussion with the U.S. Treasury.
Okay.
In fact, that has even progressed significantly.
Okay.
We had a meeting with the U.S. Treasury on 2 or 3 occasions concerning their coming on board as non-regional member.
Okay.
We have also had discussion with the government of Kuwait.
Okay.
Kuwait Fund. We had a discussion with the government of Kuwait through the Kuwait Fund for them also to come on board. So far, these are the bilateral partners that we have engaged. Okay. And we believe that our efforts will yield the fruit very soon.
Okay. Yeah, that's very good. Before we wrap up, we cannot have this discussion without talking about the strategy 2025. I think as at last year, you had almost achieved all the targets. It was over 90% or so. And recently I heard that you are releasing a new strategy 2025 because you want to build on what you have achieved. You want to really challenge yourselves even more and build on what you have achieved in the strategy 2025 document. I would like to understand the key differences between the old strategy 2025 and the new things that you are adding to the new strategy 2025.
Okay, let me correct it. We haven't actually developed a new strategy plan. Okay. What we have now would expire next year, maybe at the end of this year. So we intend to actually come out to the new strategic plan from next year. Definitely, we shall build on what we have already achieved. Okay. What we did a few months ago actually was to actually revise our projections. Okay. Because as you rightly indicated, as at last year, we had almost succeeded in meeting all the targets in the strategic plan. So we realized that the projections were not realistic. We have overperformed, and then therefore there was the need for us to revise this projection. We look at the projection in terms of disbursement, approvals. We look at the number of projects that we intended to appraise. Okay. We also look at the various ratios. Okay. Having performed very well and having acquitted ourselves very well for the past 4 years, we thought that we also had to look at the ratios. Okay. So basically, it was the number of projects to be approved, our total commitments, our total disbursement, and the other parameters that we look at. Okay. And so we went to the Board of Governors for them to look at it and those issues again, and they revised the projections. Okay. And so that's what we did. And gracefully, they also actually approved. Okay. They saw the need, for them to actually look at the recommendations that we have made. Okay. So that strategic plan, that document is going to expire at the end of the year. Okay. And next year, God willing, we're going to develop a new strategic plan. Another 5-year strategy. Exactly. Okay. But it is important for you to know that the bank has performed what it even set us out to do. Yes. And that tells you about the quality of governance, the quality of the talents we have. We have drawn talents from across the globe. Of course, from the West Africa region. West Africa region. Yes. And I can tell you that the bank is performing creditably well in terms of its projection, in terms of disbursement, in terms of its vision. Yes. And I think that is the reason Moody's and Fitch how to enhance our rating. I'm sure you heard about
Yes,
the
exactly.
enhancement of our rating recently.
Exactly.
And since then, despite all the challenges we have in the region, Moody's and Fitch have consistently maintained our rating. We hope that by the end of the year, they may even look at our, the performance again and probably enhance our rating, again.
Yes, and also building on that, because the bank has achieved a lot based on this strategy. Over the past few years, I noticed that the bank received several awards across the world. Last year, for example, I think you received several awards. You were at the Rebranding Africa Forum, you received one. Also at the Crans Montana Forum, again, you
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Yes, but last year I received the best CEO of the year Africa.
Okay.
That is an award by Ghana.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
And also you were named as one of the
100 personalities influencing years by Financial Africa.
Exactly.
That is true.
These are all things that show the successes of the bank.
That is true.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was nice talking to you.
Thank you very much.
And hope you enjoy the rest of your stay in Brussels.
Thank you also. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.